Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is your instructor Joy. Let me first play a tune for you. This was a little beginning of Wohlfahrt study number 3. This video is an answer to a subscriber. This violinist was wondering whether it is absolutely necessary for the lower fingers to be on the fingerboard and be ready in descending scales. Very, very good question. I thought this Wohlfahrt study would be a great example because this study is meant for one of those techniques which include that particular one. Thank you very much for your question, and thank you all for your kind support with the kind comments, questions, sending me donations here and also in my Patreon page, booking lessons with me. I really, really appreciate it. It motivates me every week to keep going. So when it comes to putting fingers on, when we see professionals or teachers how they play, they don't always put all the fingers on. In fact, at the beginning of this video, when I was starting playing, I didn't put all 4 fingers like instructors say, but I just put 4 fingers alone, and then later gradually I put the rest of it. I did something like, then I put the rest. But instructors tell students to put all 4 fingers like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start playing. Why is it? Why don't instructors do what they preach? So, and is it absolutely necessary? Because it's kind of uncomfortable, I have to admit. The reason is this: if we, even though later we don't do that, it's crucially important to keep the fingers on the string or near the fingerboard, because if we don't train like that from, especially in the early stage of violin learning, then we move our fingers wildly a lot, or we move our hand a lot for each fingers. So, because I can put first finger like this, or I can put my first finger like that. The problem with that one is, as soon as if I want to put other fingers, I have to move my hand, which will slow me down. And also, when we move a lot of fingers way away from the fingerboard like that, this is another cause that slows us down, which that's exactly the reason why instructors ask students to put fingers down when it's coming down. Especially, let's say we're coming down from a simple scale from G, where if we have to play 4th finger, instead of just 4th finger alone, instructors ask to put all 4 fingers, like, yeah, all 4. Even though later we're gonna put 1 finger at a time, yeah, just so that we train our left hand in nice hand frame instead of moving overly too much, and also without moving our left hand too much. And that's the reason. And then it might be a little difficult at the beginning because we have to manually make that happen because it's not very natural. But once you've done that, then even when you take the fingers off the string, it stays nearby. That's very, very important if you play fast ones, yeah? Yeah? If you move too much, it's gonna slow us down and it's gonna be difficult. It's not impossible, but it takes much more effort, that's why. Now, however, when you do that, it's very, very important to keep fingertip weight to the minimum. The common mistake that I see in my studio, so when I ask my students to put all 4 fingers, often because it's difficult to put all fingers, we tend to overpress it, or we tend to over anchor it. And the problem with that one is we're tensing up our left hand, therefore it's difficult to control each finger, and then tension in general is not the best friend when it comes to clean intonation. So try to put the fingertip just minimum weight, just really minimum, until you hear it whistle. Yeah? Now, this is enough weight. That way, as you go, and then just apply a little more weight as the note is playing. But as a preparation, try to keep the fingertip really, really light. Another thing you might want to try, which can be very helpful, is instead of building the notes or putting the finger on always from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, try to see if you can build the fingers reverse. So from starting from the 4th finger, then 3 and 2, 1. This can be especially helpful when it comes to when 3rd and 4th finger are half step. So let's say I have to play E and D sharp, and then I try to build 3rd finger right next to 4th finger using pinky as a guidance, and then put the rest of it like that. That can be helpful. Now when it comes to this Wohlfahrt study number 3, there's a lot of those, and sometimes teachers put a little long line right next to fingering saying leave the finger on, or sometimes put the fingers way ahead. The very first starts with a 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So you can put, if you like, you can play softly. 2, 1, put first finger on, 2nd, 4th, 3rd, 4th, and then in the second bar it has similar one but starting 1, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah. So try to keep the minimum weight at the fingertip, and later if you feel a little more comfortable, you feel like you can keep your left hand frame without moving too much, then you can start lifting your fingers up tiny bit, but make sure it doesn't live too far away, but really, really close. So basically the hand shape should not change too much, whether your fingers is on or off. That's how little distance it changes. Yeah? Or, yeah, like that. So that way you can be free with your left hand fingers, and then also very fast as you want it. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again. Bye.